Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, looked at the clock, and realized it was exactly 3 a.m.? Then you're not alone. Millions of people around the world report the same phenomenon. They always wake up at exactly this time, often for no apparent reason. This seemingly random phenomenon has piqued the curiosity of both scientists and spiritualists, revealing profound meanings far beyond our imagination. The universality of the phenomenon, waking up at 3 a.m., is so commonplace that it has been recognized in various cultures and spiritual traditions. It is not an isolated or regional phenomenon, but an experience shared by people of all ages, nationalities, and lifestyles. From stressed-out executives to monks in monasteries to housewives and students, everyone reports this fascinating experience. What makes this phenomenon even more fascinating is its consistency. It's not just an occasional 3 a.m. wake-up, but rather a recurring pattern that can last for weeks, months, or even years. Some people describe the feeling of being called to wake up at this time, as if an invisible force is at work. The scientific perspective. What sleep medicine teaches us before delving into the spiritual aspects. It's important to understand what science has to say about this phenomenon. From a medical perspective, waking up at 3 a.m. could be related to various physiological and psychological factors that determine our sleep cycle, circadian rhythms, and body temperature. Our body follows an internal biological clock, the so-called circadian rhythm. This regulates not only sleep, but also body temperature, hormone production, and various other metabolic processes. Between 2 and 4 a.m., our body temperature reaches its lowest point, which can lead to natural awakening in some people. This body cooling is part of the natural deep sleep process. However, imbalances in the system can lead to premature awakening. Factors such as stress, inadequate nutrition, artificial light, or health problems can disrupt this delicate mechanism. The role of cortisol and hormones. Cortisol, also known as the stress hormone, follows a specific production pattern throughout the day. Normally, cortisol levels should be low in the early morning hours to facilitate restful sleep. However, with chronic stress, anxiety, or constant worry, cortisol production can become unbalanced, leading to unexpected spikes at night. These hormonal fluctuations may explain why many people who wake up at 3 a.m. report feelings of anxiety, worry, or a racing mind. The body is literally on high alert even when it should be soundly resting. Sound cycles throughout the night. We go through various sleep stages, including REM, rapid eye movement sleep, during which we have our most vivid dreams. Transitioning between these stages can lead to natural micro-awakenings. Around 3 a.m., many people awaken from a REM sleep phase, which can allow for a full awakening. Traditional Chinese medicine, the organ clock. Traditional Chinese medicine offers a unique perspective on waking up at 3 a.m. with the concept of the organ clock. According to this ancient wisdom, every organ in the body has a 2-hour period during the day when its energy is most active. The lungs timeline. In Chinese medicine, the time from 3 to 5 a.m. is considered lung time. This means that during this time, life energy, qi, concentrates in the lungs and respiratory tract. Waking up at this time can indicate breathing disorders, both physical and emotional. In Chinese medicine, the lungs are responsible not only for physical breathing, but also for processing emotions such as sadness, grief, and melancholy. People who regularly wake up at 3 a.m. may be processing emotional loss, unresolved grief, or feelings of deep sadness, energy connections. According to this tradition, waking up at 3 a.m. can also be related to blockages in the body's energy flow. Unresolved emotional or physical tensions can cause energy to stagnate in certain areas, causing sleep disturbances. Practicing techniques such as acupuncture, qigong, or meditation can help restore harmonious energy flow and thus improve sleep quality. The spiritual dimensions. When the veil becomes thinner, spirituality offers profound and fascinating interpretations of the phenomenon of awakening at 3 a.m. Many traditions consider this time a sacred moment in which the connection between the physical and spiritual worlds intensifies. The hour of the spirit in Christian traditions, 3 a.m., is often referred to as the hour of the spirit, or divine hour. It is believed that Jesus Christ died at 3 p.m., and therefore 3 a.m. would be the opposite time, when spiritual forces are most active. Many mystics and saints report profound spiritual experiences during this time. Monks and nuns of various orders traditionally rise between 3 and 4 a.m. to pray and reflect. They use this special time for spiritual connection. They believe that the mind is clearer and more receptive to divine messages during this time. The awakening of consciousness from an esoteric perspective. Waking up at 3 a.m. can be interpreted as a call to spiritual growth. At this time, when the world around us is quiet and there are minimal distractions, our consciousness can expand in extraordinary ways. Many people report experiencing profound insights, solutions to complex problems, or a sense of connection with something greater than themselves during these nighttime awakenings. It's as if the subconscious uses this moment of silence to process information and uncover hidden truths. Communication with the saint in several spiritual traditions. 3 a.m. is an auspicious time for communicating with spiritual guides, angels, or deceased loved ones. It is believed that at this time the veil between the worlds is at its thinnest, facilitating these transcendental connections. Spiritually sensitive people often report feelings of presence, receiving messages or guidance during these awakening phases. While this may sound mystical to some, many find comfort and guidance in these experiences. Associated signs and symptoms. Waking up at 3 a.m. rarely happens alone. It's usually accompanied by other signs and symptoms that can give us clues to its origin and meaning. Common physical symptoms. Many people who wake up at 3 a.m. report certain physical symptoms. Rapid heartbeat, a sudden sensation of heat or cold, tingling in the hands or feet, or a general feeling of restlessness. These signs can indicate both physiological problems and heightened energetic sensitivity. Recurring emotional states. Emotionally, waking up at 3 a.m. is often accompanied by intense feelings, inexplicable anxiety, deep nostalgia, a sense of emptiness, or paradoxically, extraordinary peace and mental clarity. These emotional states can provide important clues about what our inner selves are trying to process. Altered perceptual experiences. Some people report different perceptual experiences during these awakening phases. Increased sensitivity to sounds, more vivid colors even in the dark, or a broader perception of their surroundings. These changes may indicate a naturally altered state of consciousness. What to do if you wake up at 3 a.m.? If you're one of those people who regularly wake up at 3 a.m., there are several approaches that can help both practically and spiritually. Medical approaches and practices first. It's important to rule out medical causes. If waking up at 3 a.m. is significantly affecting your quality of life, consult a doctor or sleep medicine specialist. Problems such as sleep apnea, gastroesophageal reflux, or hormonal imbalances can be effectively treated. From a practical perspective, some lifestyle changes can be helpful. Avoiding caffeine after 2 p.m., creating a relaxing bedtime routine, keeping your bedroom dark and cool, and practicing relaxation techniques such as deep breathing or meditation. Use the moment spiritually. If medical causes have been ruled out and you still wake up at 3 a.m., perhaps it's time to use this as an opportunity for spiritual growth. Instead of fighting the awakening, try embracing it. Use this time for silent meditation, prayer, journaling, reflective writing, or simply noticing your thoughts and feelings. For many people, this time is one of the most productive and enlightening moments of their day. Meditation and contemplation techniques. Developing a dedicated meditation practice for these moments can be transformative. Simple techniques like focusing on your breath, repeating a personal mantra, or observing your thoughts without judgment can help you make the most of this special window of time. Contemplation can also be valuable. Use this time to reflect on important issues in your life, set goals for the next day, or simply develop gratitude for the blessings in your life. Different cultural interpretations. The phenomenon of waking up at 3 a.m. is interpreted in fascinating ways by different cultures around the world, each offering its own perspective on this universal mystery. Eastern traditions. In Hinduism, the time between 3 and 6 a.m. is known as Brahma Muhurta and is considered the most auspicious time for spiritual practices. It is believed that during this time cosmic energy is at its purest, enabling deep meditation and connection with the divine. In Buddhism, monks traditionally rise very early, often as early as 3 a.m., to meditate and reflect. This time is considered ideal for developing consciousness and cultivating inner wisdom. Indigenous traditions. In many Native American traditions, the time before dawn is considered sacred because ancestral spirits are closest and most easily accessible during this time. Medicine men and shamans often perform ceremonies and rituals during this time. In many African cultures, spontaneous awakening during the night is interpreted as a call from ancestors or guardian spirits. It is considered an auspicious time to receive spiritual guidance and ancestral wisdom. Awakening as a gateway to transformation. For many people, regularly waking up at 3 a.m. marks the beginning of a profound personal transformation. It's as if this special time serves as a gateway to a new level of consciousness and self-knowledge. Develop intuition. Many report that their intuitive abilities increase dramatically during these nighttime awakenings. Solutions to complex problems arise spontaneously, insights into connections are revealed, and a deeper understanding of themselves develops. Emotional processing. The silence and quiet at 3 a.m. create an ideal environment for deep emotional processing. Without the distractions of the day, our minds can finally deal with unresolved emotional issues, past traumas, or worries about the future with more balance and clarity. Creative awakening. Artists, writers, and creatives often report bursts of inspiration during these early morning hours. A rested but alert mind seems to be particularly receptive to creative insights and innovative solutions. Warning signs. When you should seek help while waking up at 3 a.m. can have deep spiritual meaning. It's important to recognize when it could indicate health issues that require medical attention. Worrying symptoms. If waking up at 3 a.m. is accompanied by symptoms such as extreme difficulty falling asleep, chronic daytime fatigue, significant mood swings, or physical symptoms such as chest pain or difficulty breathing, it is imperative to see a doctor. Impact on quality of life. If these triggers begin to significantly impact your daily performance, your work performance, your relationships, or your overall mental health, it's time to seek professional help. Create a sacred routine if you have decided to use these awakenings as an opportunity for spiritual growth. You can maximize the benefits of this unique experience by creating a sacred routine. Preparing the environment. Keep a notebook and pen by your bed to record any insights or dreams that come your way. Place a candle or soft light nearby to create a contemplative atmosphere. Proven methods. Develop a repertoire of practices that suit you. Meditation, prayer, spiritual reading, reflective writing, or simply quiet contemplation. The important thing is to find what best suits your temperament and spiritual needs. Integrate experiences. Keep a journal of these awakenings and document not only the insights you gain, but also any patterns, emotions, and synchronicities that arise. Over time, you may discover fascinating patterns that offer guidance on your life path. Conclusion. Embrace the mystery. The mystery of 3 a.m. remains, in many ways, a beautiful and complex mystery connecting science and spirituality, body and soul, consciousness and the unconscious. Whatever the specific cause of your nighttime awakenings, hormonal, energetic, spiritual, or a combination of factors, one thing is certain: you are not alone in this experience. Millions of people worldwide share this unique experience. And many have found that embracing these moments instead of fighting them can lead to profound and lasting change. Waking up at 3 a.m. can be an invitation to a journey of self-discovery, spiritual growth, and consciousness development that we might not dare to attempt during the day. Perhaps the true magic of 3 o'clock in the morning lies not in finding a definitive explanation, but in remaining open to the mystery, receptive to possibilities, and courageous enough to explore the depths of our own human experience. In this sacred stillness of the early morning, between yesterday gone and tomorrow yet to come, we find a unique space to connect with our true being and the deepest mysteries of existence. When you wake up at 3 a.m., don't see it as a problem to be solved, but as an opportunity to be seized. Who knows what treasures of wisdom, healing, and transformation await you in those sacred hours when the world sleeps, but your soul is more awake than ever.